The captivating allure of pinball, a game that has enthralled generations, has a rich and fascinating history that spans centuries. The origins of pinball can be traced back to the elegant salons of 17th-century France. It was here that a precursor known as Bagatelle first captivated the aristocracy. This game, with its intricate design and engaging gameplay, quickly became a favorite pastime among the French elite. Bagatelle, played on a slanted table, involved propelling balls with a cue stick, aiming to land them in scoring holes. The game required both skill and strategy, making it a challenging and entertaining activity. This early game of skill and chance laid the foundation for what would become the modern pinball machine. The principles of aiming, scoring, and the element of chance were all present in Bagatelle. As the 18th century dawned, Bagatelle crossed the Atlantic, captivating Americans with its simple yet engaging gameplay. The game found a new audience in the New World, where it was embraced by people from all walks of life. The game's popularity soared, spreading from grand parlors to more humble settings. It became a common sight in American homes, where families and friends would gather to enjoy the game together. Innovations soon followed, including the introduction of spring launchers and variations in table design. These changes made the game more exciting and accessible, attracting even more players. These advancements paved the way for the emergence of pinball as a distinct and captivating form of amusement. The game continued to evolve, incorporating new features and technologies that enhanced the playing experience. In the late 19th century, a pivotal moment arrived with the invention of the coin-operated mechanism. This innovation allowed players to enjoy the game for a small fee, making it more accessible to the general public. This innovation, a testament to American ingenuity, transformed pinball into a commercial enterprise. Suddenly, pinball machines could be found in a variety of public spaces, from arcades to bars and restaurants. Suddenly, what was once a leisurely pastime became accessible to the masses. People from all walks of life could now experience the thrill of the game, leading to a surge in its popularity. For a nickel, anyone could experience the thrill of the silver ball. This affordability made pinball a popular choice for entertainment, especially during tough economic times. The early 20th century witnessed the rise of wiffle boards, precursors to pinball machines that featured multiple scoring holes and obstacles. These games were simpler than modern pinball machines, but still offered plenty of excitement and challenge. These games, often found in amusement arcades and saloons, further fueled pinball's growing popularity. They provided a fun and affordable way for people to pass the time and test their skills. They also hinted at the potential complexity and excitement that the game would soon embrace. As technology advanced, so did the design and features of pinball machines, leading to the sophisticated games we know today. The stage was set for pinball to become a true cultural phenomenon. Its journey from the elegant salons of France to the bustling arcades of America is a testament to its enduring appeal and the universal love of games. The Great Depression cast a long shadow over America, but amidst the economic hardship, pinball offered a welcome distraction. In a time when hope was scarce and every penny counted, these machines provided a brief escape from the harsh realities of daily life. As unemployment soared and spirits dwindled, pinball machines became a beacon of hope and escapism. People from all walks of life, young and old, would gather in dimly lit arcades, their faces illuminated by the glow of the machines. The clinking of coins and the cheerful sounds of the game created a temporary refuge from the gloom outside. For a few cents, people could immerse themselves in a world of flashing lights, ringing bells, and the tantalizing possibility of winning. The allure of the game was undeniable. It was a test of skill, reflexes, and luck. Each game offered a new chance to beat the high score, to achieve a moment of triumph in an otherwise challenging world. However, this era also saw pinball become intertwined with gambling. The line between a simple game and a gambling device began to blur as the stakes grew higher and the rewards more enticing. With money scarce, some operators offered cash payouts for high scores, blurring the lines between amusement and illicit activity. This practice turned pinball into a form of gambling, attracting not just casual players, but also those looking to make a quick buck. Pinball, once a harmless pastime, found itself caught in the crosshairs of moral crusaders and law enforcement officials, who viewed it as a vice. The game that had brought joy to many was now seen as a corrupting influence, leading to increased scrutiny and regulation. The association with gambling attracted the attention of organized crime, always eager to capitalize on a lucrative opportunity. The mob saw pinball as a new frontier for their operations, a way to expand their influence and increase their profits. Mobsters, recognizing pinball's potential for profit, began infiltrating the industry. They took control of distribution networks, ensuring that only their machines were placed in the most lucrative locations. They muscled their way into distribution networks, rigged machines for greater payouts, and used their influence to protect their illicit operations. The integrity of the game was compromised, and the once innocent pastime became a tool for criminal enterprises. As the 1930s progressed, pinball's reputation as a game of skill and chance became increasingly tarnished by its association with gambling and the underworld. The public's perception shifted, and the game that had once been a symbol of hope was now seen as a symbol of corruption. Cities across America grappled with how to regulate or even ban these seemingly innocent machines that had become a flashpoint for controversy. Debates raged in city councils, and police raids on arcades became more frequent as authorities sought to clamp down on the perceived menace. The stage was set for a showdown between those who saw pinball as harmless entertainment and those who viewed it as a societal menace. The battle lines were drawn, and the future of pinball hung in the balance, a testament to the complex interplay between leisure, morality, and law in a time of great uncertainty. The rise of pinball's popularity, unfortunately, coincided with the rise of organized crime in America. The potential profits from pinball, especially when linked to gambling, proved irresistible to mobsters looking to expand their empires. Among these figures, Ray Maloney emerged as a key player in pinball's underworld. Maloney, a shrewd and ruthless operator, recognized the potential of controlling the distribution and operation of pinball machines. He established a network of companies that supplied machines to bars, arcades, and other establishments, often using intimidation and violence to eliminate competition. Under Maloney's influence, pinball machines were often rigged to increase profits for operators. Payouts were manipulated, and the odds of winning were skewed in favor of the house. This ensured a steady stream of revenue for Maloney's organization, while players remained largely unaware of the deception. Maloney's grip on the pinball industry extended beyond distribution and rigging. He also used his influence to bribe law enforcement officials, ensuring that his operations remained largely untouched by legal scrutiny. Pinball, once a symbol of innocent amusement, had become a tool for organized crime to line its pockets. By the early 1940s, pinball's reputation had reached a tipping point. What was once a simple game of chance and skill had become a symbol of moral decay in the eyes of many. The game, once seen as harmless entertainment, was now widely perceived as a vice, a magnet for gambling and a corrupting influence on youth. Parents worried about their children spending too much time and money on these machines, and community leaders began to take notice. Nowhere was this sentiment stronger than in New York City, where Mayor Fiorello Guardia launched a crusade to rid the city of pinball machines. Guardia, a man of strong convictions, believed that the game was a scourge on society. Guardia, known for his fiery personality and unwavering commitment to reform, viewed pinball as a blight on the city's moral fabric. He saw it as a distraction from productive activities and a gateway to more serious forms of gambling. He railed against the game, calling it a racket that preyed on the poor and fueled organized crime. Newspaper headlines echoed his sentiments, painting pinball as a menace that needed to be eradicated. In his eyes, pinball machines were not games of skill, but rather instruments of vice that had no place in a decent society. He argued that the machines were rigged to ensure players would lose, thus feeding the coffers of unscrupulous operators. In 1942, LaGuardia made good on his promise to eradicate pinball from New York City. He mobilized the police force to carry out his mission with a sense of urgency and determination. Police officers, armed with sledgehammers, fanned out across the city, raiding arcades, bars, and any establishment that housed the offending machines. The sight of officers smashing pinball machines became a common one as the city took a hard stance against the game. Thousands of pinball machines were seized, smashed to pieces, and dumped into the city's rivers. The destruction was thorough and symbolic, representing the city's commitment to cleansing itself of what it saw as a corrupting influence. The crackdown sent shockwaves through the pinball industry. Manufacturers who had once thrived on the popularity of the game now faced an uncertain future. Operators faced massive financial losses, and manufacturers struggled to stay afloat. Many small businesses that relied on pinball revenue were forced to close their doors. The future of pinball, once bright and promising, now seemed uncertain. The game that had brought joy to so many was now on the brink of extinction in New York City. Guardia's crusade, while effective in ridding New York City of pinball, also marked a turning point in the game's history. It was a moment that would be remembered as both a crackdown on vice and a significant chapter in the cultural history of the city.